They're deleting any comments that are pro Hasan. Yeah, of course they are, dude. What are you talking about? Like, obviously, the number one thing that Ethan could never do is leave comments hidden. And he knew that people were going to watch it and be like, this shit sucks, dog. You're stupid. So he probably hired people to literally clamp on every single pro Hasan comment instantly as soon as it comes in so that he can make it seem like he is not actually censoring people while simultaneously doing just that. You know? I think the content in and of itself will speak for itself in this meltdown. Let's continue. Remember when you also paid for everyone's adoption fees at that shelter? Yeah, I did. But hey, dude, I bet I'm assuming that didn't make its way into the content video, the content nuke, nor did a million other things that I've done, because the angle here, of course, is that I'm a bad guy and a scary communist. And also, dare I say, pro-Palestine. Pro-Palestine, not anti-Semitic, very much against anti-Semitism, but also, yeah, I donated, but in a nefarious way I donated. Unironic American patriotism montage. This video is for no one. Yeah, it's just sad. I don't know why he just won't go back to like fun drama or whatever. You know what I mean? I don't know. He's just like, desperately wants to be taken seriously in this field, and it's just not going to happen. Okay, he said his main goal is that you do not end up mainstream. Yeah, I know. It's because it's Epstein-y. It's because it's a Epstein-y take. The idea that like I'm far too scary, far too dangerous to be made mainstream. So like you know, you gotta go and warn like New York Times journalists or whatever, not realizing that many of those people who write those articles are infinitely more intelligent than you and the fans dumb enough to be duped into thinking that I'm a clear and present danger under Trump's current administration. But oh, that's so funny. This was a funny take, but Fossabot timed you out. Just so you know, Squeaks is not watching and is not interested in the nuke video. I don't even give a shit if people watch a nuke video, brother. I think it speaks for itself that more people are dunking on it and clowning on it than taking it seriously. Like, oh my God, this is the most serious thing. Partially because, a bunch of people have made this exact same video a million times over, and it's almost always the exact same principle. It's always the same which is Hasan bad, Hasan rich, Hasan socialist scary, Hasan loves China, Hasan denies the cultural genocide and mass surveillance that the Chinese government did to Uyghurs in Xinjiang, even though I have been very critical of that a million times over. But it's conducted by a person who doesn't know anything and is simply, rehashing Reddit comments. So that's it. And then clip chimp a couple times on politically charged subjects such as Israel, Palestine, where he'll say something along the lines of like, oh, he is a rape apologist or something. I'm not. I guess the Israeli prosecutors are rape apologists rather than myself. And yeah, that's it. And he's a scary guy. He tried to claim the AP article you referred to on Xinjiang didn't exist. See, that's what I mean. It's like really bad research in general, right? It's just really bad research in general. It's no interest in research whatsoever. That's it. And I've been live this entire time, so my ass has not watched this quote unquote content nuke. So I'm like, this is my suspicion of what he did, and the reason why this is my suspicion on what he did is probably correct, is because this is not a new video. So many people have done this bad faith nonsense a million times over. And it's crazy that it's like coming from a dude that I knew personally. You know what I mean? It's just, I don't know. It's a very sad state of affairs that like even someone that you know personally over a disagreement over genocide can just like completely rewrite his brain almost. It's embarrassing. And no, it's not embarrassing for me. It's embarrassing for him. Maybe you're a poor judge of character, People say this all the time. I disagree. I will always assume the best in others. I don't care. I'm never going to give up on that mentality. I'm not going to be more of a cynical human being across the board. So rolling in. While obviously many of you are wondering, Hasan, are you going to be watching Ethan's content nuke? The answer is, of course not. But many people have texted me so far being like, dude, this is the dumbest thing. Why did he spend months of his entire life making this video? From what I understand, the reviews are not great. Turns out when you're not particularly smart or particularly knowledgeable about politics and you try to do a political takedown, people are going to look at it and say, yeah, you're kind of stupid. Especially if your big reveal is that I am a socialist. We literally had a political podcast together and have had numerous conversations on that political podcast in front of tens of thousands of people about my political perspective. Clip chimping me into oblivion is not going to take away people's understanding of your lack of intelligence, especially as it pertains to politics. Like you did a political podcast with an anti-capitalist co-host for a year plus, and I guess you were so oblivious to how things work that in your mind you thought I was something different. I don't know. I'm out, brother. What the Wait, you been a commie this whole time? Anyway, Ethan is wrong. I love capitalism. Literally says capitalism on my shirt. It says capitalism is voluntary. Get bread or get dead. So obviously Ethan is wrong. So I don't know where he's coming from. I'm a capitalist. I love capitalism. Yeah, I'm gonna go to the JCP interview to do this. No. I'm gonna do this the entire time. Yeah. Chotto matte. Wakarimashita. Also calls you a wait for it a terrorist. Yeah, rehashing all the Palestine stuff is also pretty funny in general, because it's like, yeah, dude, we know the podcast ended over it. Okay, he said he mainstreamed you. Yeah, he made me. Ethan Klein made me. While he was working on that garbage, you were interviewing and humanizing incarcerated firefighters and having the time of your life with your best friends in Japan. Says a lot about your respective characters. Yeah, it is what it is. From what I understand, he also is like demanding that his audience go, and he's implying that I'm being funded by the Houthis, which is really funny. Yeah, they are really caked up. I suspect that he'll throw in he's being funded by the Qatari government in there too, because I watch Al Jazeera a lot. And then just all kinds of dumb shit. He had you playing Marvel Rivals with friends in the background while he rants. Yeah, it's weird. Yeah, I wish I was funded by Uncle G. That would be sick. You do not deserve to be treated that way by anyone that used to call you a friend. It's okay. Didn't Dan and you get along? I haven't been following. How does he feel about all of this? Brother, that's their boss. What do you want him to do? Like, I get it. Dude, Dan, I think recently got married too. Congratulations, by the way, on that front. Like, what do you want him to do? Like, a lot of you are like, oh, they should exhibit bravery and they should quit or whatever. Like, you're ridiculous. Okay. Like, they're trying to do their best. Okay. I think, I don't know. But all things considered, they're just managing the situation to the best of their ability. It is what it is. Last thing I'm going to watch, and then we'll get to the news, and then we'll watch the real content nuke on Destiny. One other thing that I've seen is that a lot of people have been preying on my downfall in perpetuity for the past decade at this point of my professional media career. And they just keep saying I've fallen off now. And I feel like at this point, they're just kind of, they moved away from like wish casting. And they're just denying abject reality. It's the China is going to collapse any day now meme, but against a fucking content creator, I guess, which is crazy. Yeah, while you're preying on my downfall, I'm preying on my haters, hopefully getting better. Phase up. I donated money to Palestine that one time. Does he talk about that? Like, there's no way he has the indecency of trying to launder his reputation by donating to my fundraiser that I put together as a reason to say, like, look, you see, I've paid my penance. Now I get to fucking attack the person who organized the fundraiser for a year with an extended crash out. That is a self-inflicted wound simultaneously by calling virtually everyone in his vicinity. Ethan, who clip chimps versus a guy who just reads. I mean, this person has a degree, okay? It's not an accident that virtually everyone with a Middle Eastern studies degree has an entirely separate opinion. Real. He put the clip of you thanking him in the nuke. That's fucking gross, dude. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, bro did tithing and paid his way into being pro-Palestinian. No, he did his tithing, so now he can like advocate to fucking. Now he can advocate to ban and censor everyone who is pro-Palestinian. Okay. You don't understand. No, to them, you know, if anyone in the wild goes, hey, why don't you watch the video? Tell them, why doesn't Ethan talk to Hasan publicly? Yeah, because they're gonna criticize it regardless. I'm not gonna sit through 2 hours. You can bring up all of those points in person if you would like to. You know, I hope he got it out of his system. You know, I hope he got it out of his system. And instead of like clip chimping everything that I'm saying right now and then posting it on his fucking stupid ass, silly little fucking drama show, okay? If Ethan wants to talk to me, he can talk to me, okay? He doesn't have to fucking constantly cry as a 50-year-old adult with 3 children from behind an Instagram story, okay? You can talk to me in person, big dog. You got my fucking phone number. We can have a conversation on your stream. We can have a conversation on my stream. Last time, I had the fucking baby gloves on, and you cried like a bitch after doing Teddy Fresh ads in the midst of our genocide coverage. Okay? That's right. And I'm not talking about the Leftovers episode where he actually cried. That was a beautiful moment. And I was actually very wrong for thinking that actually meant something. It turned out it didn't mean shit for you at all. Okay? Because selfishly, you spent the next year constantly fucking ripping into, suspiciously, a lot of, not myself, but other people of color. I'm not calling myself a person of color. I know it's going to get clipped out of context here as well. And then you're going to be like, meh, 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 whatever. No, just noticing that you have just been going after a lot of people of color, Arabs, Muslims in general, just constantly fucking talking about how scary they are. You know, why are they so scary? I don't know, because maybe you're an Islamophobic who fucking retweets or basically tweets out Ben Shapiro quotes about Hamas. Maybe that's the reason why people think you're fucking super pro-Israel. Okay, maybe that's why. No fucking accountability. Okay, no accountability whatsoever. Constantly pointing the finger at other people. Oh my God. It can't be me. It can't be the broad reception of my worldview. It cannot be the way that people understand where I'm coming from. Okay? The way people have heard the same talking points over and over again from people who are genuinely deeply pro-Israel. Maybe that was the reason why people were saying that. No, it must be because of anti-Semitism. And it's like, it's not as though anti-Semitism isn't increasing. It is, okay? And it's something that I understand. It's something that many of these people that Ethan has falsely smeared as anti-Semitic understand. So especially at a time when there's motherfuckers like Nick Fuentes, Jake Shields, or numerous other like actually anti-Semitic monsters out there who are running rampant, hyper-focusing on people who are anti-Zionist and expressly and openly not anti-Semitic is certainly a choice. If any friends, listen to your producers. I'm sure they have pulled you aside on the background and been like, hey, Ethan, can you stop doing this? It's very uncomfortable every time the camera pans to them. There's a reason for it, because everyone around you thinks you're crazy. God, it took this long for me to finally be like, dude, please, you're never going to get better unless you take accountability. Jesus Christ, go to therapy or something. Stating it very clearly. Ethan Klein, if you want to have a conversation with me, I am available. I can talk to you about any number of different political disagreements that we have, except this time I'm not going to be nice to you. I'm not going to treat you with kitty gloves. I'm not going to talk to you like you're a special boy who deserves my special attention and that you're so funny and so special. I'm going to talk to you in the same exact way that I would to an actual political content creator. If there is a political commentator out there who was expressing your viewpoint about Israel, I'm going to talk to you in the same exact way that I would talk to them. So if you think that I'm afraid of you, I think you and I both know that that's not the case. I think you and I both know that there's a reason why, despite the fact that you and I have very similar enemies, some of which you've turned into your friends, even after they got, unfortunately they got outed as sex pests. But I think you and I both know that I didn't run away from Twitter. I don't have to constantly go to subreddits and clip stuff from those subreddits to post on my Instagram page instead of hanging out with my friends and family. Don't be a idiot.